In this video, we're going to talk about what to look for and how to avoid online car buying scams. So hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you stay up to date on when new videos come out. Most car shoppers use the web in their research or buying process, and it usually goes off without a hitch. But there are shadowy corners of the internet that harbor scammers and crooks, and they're working hard to get your money by using fraud and fakery. Currently, for example, scammers are using a fake admin's website that says they are offering a cash escrow service in which they act as an intermediary between private party, car sellers, and buyers. But that's not true. Edmunds does not assist in private party transactions between buyers and sellers by holding titles, cash, or vehicles. They don't ship cars either. Scammers also have created websites that purport to be other escrow services or vehicle shipping companies. The goal is always the same, however, separating you from your money. So here's how the scams work. A car shopper spots a too good to be true ad on a website where private buyers buy and sell cars, including such places as Craigslist or carsforsale.com. The ad may have links to photos of a real vehicle, and there might even be a legitimate vehicle history report. That's because the scammer has likely cloned an actual car ad. The seller, who typically only wants to communicate via email, has an explanation for why the price is so low. The seller also will offer a reason why the buyer can't see or test drive the car before going forward with the purchase. Typically, the scammer says that he's moved overseas for a job or military deployment, but assures the shopper that the vehicle is stored and ready to be shipped once the money has been sent. If a buyer agrees to purchase a vehicle, the fraudulent seller gives the buyer a link and instructs that money to be wired to the account of the escrow agent. The promise is that the escrow company will hold the cash until the vehicle is delivered. Once the buyer wires the money, the scammer ceases contact, and the car is never delivered. The FBI has more information about this online car shopping fraud, which has brought in more than 29,000 complaints and cost consumers more than $54 million since 2014. So let's go with one shopper's close call. One shopper came very close to losing more than $34,000 to the scam. He spotted a truck he wanted on a shopping site and wired the money via a link supplied by the seller. A few hours after the transaction, a friend told him that the deals sounded fraudulent. For the first time, he typed the actual website into his computer rather than using the link. The site looked very different from the one he saw online. The real website unfortunately said that it was a fraud. That representative urged the man to contact his bank immediately. So don't be a victim. Here are some tips for avoiding this online car buying escrow fraud, especially as it pertains to many legitimate websites. 1. The seller usually provides a website to visit and/or the seller's email address. Please keep in mind that the only official website is the one you can actually type in the URL box. This also applies to any email addresses to which you are asked to respond to. If you come across a website or an email address that you believe to be a legitimate website but you aren't sure, please do your research. Number 2, if a car deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Is someone offering a brand new car that's really worth $100,000 for $50,000? How could that be? It retails for twice that amount. Check the car's real private party value. Number 3, try to establish telephone contact with the seller to find out where the car is. Ask to inspect it even if you don't plan to do so. Ask if the title is clear and in the seller's possession. Such questions may put off scammers. Number 4, verify that the escrow company you plan to use is properly licensed. Call its phone number and ask to speak to a representative. Visit its website directly, not through a link sent to you by the seller. In California, for example, there's only one licensed online escrow company whose services are available to the general public, escrow.com. Number 5, don't give out your financial or personal information, such as a credit card number or bank account information, until you verify that the online escrow company you're using is legitimate. Number 6, beware if a seller insists on using a particular online escrow company. It could be an attempt to steer you towards a fraudulent escrow services site. Number 7, steer clear of sites that require users to set up accounts with online payment services. Legitimate escrow companies don't use person-to-person money transfers such as Western Union or MoneyGram, or direct you to send your payment to an individual rather than a corporate entity. Definitely avoid any seller who wants payment in the form of gift cards or Amazon cards. And number 8, fake escrow company sites often display logos from the Better Business Bureau, VeriSign Secure, or TrustE. Check to make sure the escrow company really is endorsed by these organizations. So what are your thoughts? Are you planning to buy a car online? Have you already done so? Is the process difficult? And how do you know if you've been scammed or not? Leave a comment down below and let's get a discussion started. And as always, take care of your money. I recently finished The Path, Accelerating Your Journey to Financial Freedom by Peter Mallouk with Tony Robbins, and I included it in this video because it relates to today's topic overall, but more importantly, it expands your view about the world and about your money. I'll leave a link to the book down below, and if you prefer listening to it on an audiobook for free, I'll also leave a link to a 30-day free trial to Audible. You can choose this book or any book to listen to, and even if you cancel before your free trial is over, you can still keep the book and listen to it whenever you want. Oh, and one last thing before you go. I created a course called Smart Money Parenting as a way to teach parents how to educate their kids about money. An early financial education is the foundation for wealth building, so give your kids a future they deserve. Use code MONEY20 at checkout to receive 20% off my master course. I'll leave a link to the course down below.